Okay, should be back up. I just switched over. I was on New York, switched over to Chicago, which is normally historically a problem, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. If you see like dropping frames like crazy, let me know. Same thing happened to Hideo Kojima now that Metal Gear Solid's dead. Well, Metal Gear Solid and Hideo Kojima is an interesting story. Both parties are actually to blame, Konami and Hideo himself. Exactly, it's like Konami way overreacted with the whole situation, but you gotta think about like how everything went down. He had spent 7 years at that point on the game, still didn't have it ready for sale yet, and Konami was financially in a lot of trouble. They only had about $75 million left in the bank for their company, and Kojima went to him and said he wanted to redo the music. It was going to cost another $5 million, and he didn't have any idea when the game was going to be done. So they're like, screw you, you know. We're putting out the first mission of the game because we've got to get some income in. We got to have something coming in right now. We're going to go under, and you have like 1 year or less to get this done. And that's when you know, everything just kind of switched off, and that's when you started hearing about all the major problems happening within the company, like monitoring their bathroom breaks and watching them on video cameras and publicly shaming them and keeping track of how long they're taking lunch breaks and other nonsense. Cutting off their phone and internet supply, which you think you would need in order to develop and stay in contact with your company, but yeah, so it's like Kojima, like, I'm pretty sure, like, Metal Gear Solid 5 was a completely unfinished game, and that's another thing that fanboys go after when I say. Usually they're like, how dare you, it's a complete game. I'm like, no, it's not. It is not even close to being finished. It is like a 60% game at that point when it was thrown out and released. But I mean, it's like, I'm guessing that by the time, it probably would have been 2018, 17 at the earliest, we probably wouldn't be able to play Metal Gear Solid 5. And even then, I don't think it would have fixed the game. It's fun, but the story is horribly broken. You have like characters who just don't act like themselves and everything. It's not the story of how Big Boss became evil. It's just like, oh, you're somebody else, and Big Boss is off doing his own thing, being evil. Sucks to be you, you're the good guy. And anybody can be Big Boss. He's not special. It's like, that wasn't the point. Then you had Ocelot, who was not the crazy Ocelot we all know. He was like the voice of reason. Lost all his mannerisms, his accent and everything, became a cowboy. It's like, okay. But you also gotta look at, you know, Darius, like the situation in Japan. Gambling was starting to become legal because the situation with pachinko in Japan is really kind of interesting. It's like, it's not technically considered gambling, although you pay for the money, you get the rewards, but you then go across the street to another building to chip in your rewards things that you have, like your little balls, in order to get your money. It's this really wacky roundabout way to do gambling, like slots. So Japan was saying like, hey, let's change our laws so we can actually do gambling and pachinko slots and pachi slots and everything. And they're like, okay, well, this is a way we can keep our business afloat. We can crank these out real fast and get in on it while it's hot. So I don't blame them for doing that, but it was frustrating to see them take all their stuff like, hey, guess what, we're working on a new Metal Gear game. Really? Yeah, it's Apache slot. It's like, you guys suck. You know? And it really did help out their financial situation. I mean, it helped out for a while. They're starting to get out of it because there's a market for it, like a bell curve, but you know, it's kind of starting to cool off, so they're starting to get out of it right now, but Metal Gear Solid 5 made 575, I think it was around $575 million in 1 week, the first week of sales. So like I said, they knew they were going to get money as soon as they could get it out the door, and they really had to do that because that was the game that was going to keep the company afloat. They made over $500 million the first week. Alright, Alright, so let's stop grinding here for a second. And let's head back over to Muramasa and progress on with the game, because I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see me sit here and just do this the whole time. How was Wurzel's stream? It was amazing. He just kept grinding and talking about Hideo Kojima. Let me in the door, please. I'd like to go in. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Alright, it's almost there! Okay, well, let's see, earned anything back. Let's see, even with the financial situations, financial returns paled in comparison to those in the video game division. Yep. Not always, though. I mean, it's like you can put a lot of money into something, but it doesn't mean you're actually gonna always make that money back on it. Business is a funny thing. Alright, so I just want to get to the 40,000 just so I can get the unlabored, and then I'll move on. True! It's the potential. It's like everything works in theory. Communism works in theory. It's an old Homer Simpson quote. Yeah, socialism works in theory. In theory, women find me attractive. Anything's possible. Oh, why is that guy out of place now? Actually, I think I first learned of this technique from MAURY. I think I was watching one of his streams. I was like, why aren't you just like saving one of those, you know, essences to charge up your stuff? He's like, that's the slowest way to build up your money. I was like, what? So I learned a couple things about how to get a little more essence. Still not the best at it, but if he's still in chat, you should definitely give him a follow. He makes this game look ridiculously easy. And last I saw, he's been playing Ninja Gaiden 2. Okay, what am I at? 42. Close enough. Alright, it's good enough. Let's go get it. Oh man, I legit, I tell the story every once in a while, I legit broke 3 controllers on Ninja Gaiden when it first came out. Did I play Nier? I did not play the first Nier, but I played Automata and I loved it. It is like, it was my favorite game of, gosh, what was it, 2017? I think it came out? It's been a while. Absolutely love that game to death, and I've never played any of the other Nier games before. So I watched Valkyrie Aurora's Nier videos, basically about like the lore of it all, and got caught up on it. I'm like, okay, so all the story, but it was a blast. I love that game. It is one I recommend to people to play. I've actually bought a total of 4 copies of it. 2 of it were for myself, 1 is for the PlayStation 4 and 1 for PC, but before I knew the PC port was complete and total garbage. And then I bought 2 copies for friends. I don't know, I didn't really... See, here's... Breath of the Wild was good, and I have an asterisk next to that, because I'll explain. For me, it was a 7 out of 10 game. It's not 10 out of 10 like you see a lot of reviewers doing that for, you know, like they came out in the game like, it's 10 out of 10! It's like, no game. I can't really think of a game off the top of my head, except for like Super Mario World that is like a legit 10 out of 10. Exactly, I gave one to Ronnie. but it's like it's a good game. It's a 7 out of 10. I played it on an emulator. I played it on the Cemu emulator on computer, which emulates the Wii U if you don't know about it. And I used a mod to basically stop the weapons from breaking because I tried to play it without it and I just could not stand it. I just kept getting ticked off about picking up a sword, getting 5 slashes on it, it just shatters. So you're constantly having to pick stuff up, constantly in the middle of a fight looking for anything to pick up and attack. It's like, I just want to have a hack and slash traditional Zelda game. So there was a cheat you can turn on to basically turn off weapon breaking, and that for me, I enjoyed the game after that point. I had a lot of fun with it. But for me, it's still a 7 out of 10 game. It's not bad, but it's not the best thing since sliced bread. Because sliced bread is so warm and delicious when you toast it. Oh, speaking of Zelda, I know people who bought a Wii U at launch waiting for Zelda to come out. I'm like, you guys are idiots. They're like, it's gonna happen, man, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen eventually, and it was the last game ever released for the system. Rest in peace, Wii U. You never had a chance anyway, but of course you were just the prototype for the Switch. I would have to say probably all the weapons are made of not particle board. Probably balsa wood would probably be closer. Particle board you can get dense. You can probably get 5 or 6 swings out of this, but I mean, the weapons in that game are insanely... everything is brittle. Bows, arrows, shields, everything. It's like, oh hey, you can get these cool, you know, guardian weapons, and yeah, and they're still gonna break in like 7 or 8 hits, and you just paid a crap ton of money for them. Yeah, probably made of Raditz, something weak. You win there, Darius, for the Dragon Ball Z Abridged reference. Speaking of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, they should be doing, hopefully, I think it's like by the end of April, I think they're trying to get their Dragon Ball Kai episode out. Okay, I will need the bow. If nobody knows what in the world I'm talking about, oh man, Dragon Ball Z Abridged is the best thing ever. If you've seen Dragon Ball Z, you'll love Dragon Ball Z Abridged. And if you've never seen it before, bam! That's the entire first season right there. You can... basically, it's all the episodes of Season 1 just edited together, which is cool, but yeah. Space Australia, Space Brisbane, Space Brisbane, there we go. Me do English gooder. I swear sometimes you wouldn't know that English is my first language. It wasn't. Yeah, we get it from space! Birder, back up! Well, hey, Birder support! Well, you're a nice shade of red and you're the nicest person I know here. That's great and all, but I need help! Oops, almost forgot my wonderful golden scarab here. Goku just keeps punching him repeatedly in the face. Yeah, Super's coming back in July, so that'll be kind of interesting to see what they do with it. I'm betting it's probably going to be 20 episodes of the Broly movie. Because that's what they pretty much did with Super. When it started off, they're like, hey, we're going to redo the 2 Dragon Ball movies that we just did, Battle of Gods and Frieza coming back. Alright, so let's see if I can pull this off within the next 5 minutes. I say 5 minutes because I am not the best at this skip, but I'm going to try my best. A lot of people watch the subs. I know that there's people who watch the dubs on Toonami, and that's fine too. As a person who speaks Japanese, it's like I don't really care, like either way. It's like as long as you enjoy the show. Okay, I think this is... no, it's right over here. Okay. There we go. Up. Camera, behave. No, way too far. There we go. Now I have a better camera angle. What the hell? Too low. Haven't read the manga in a while for Z. Or Super, I should say. I remember the whole Goku Black thing was quite different, because it's like the anime and like the manga were a completely different storylines just about. Jeez. Like I said, it's like this skip, it really is, well, before I forget it, let me get the scarab down here. This skip is entirely worth going through the nonsense of trying to get this trick to work. Especially since I have not tried and done this skip in over a year. It is still worth the time and investment to get this. The alternative is fighting a whole bunch of laser robots that's just a pain in the butt. Come on, Ryu, get up there. Did really the fandom ruin Gohan? Because, I mean, it just seemed like editing really did it there, and kind of like Toriyama forgot about him. Oh, that was closer. I have not seen the new Broly movie. Unfortunately, I was like really sick when it came out in the theaters, so I missed it. And Toriyama like has famously said, and it's been pretty much shown, that he basically wrote, he did not have an outline for Dragon Ball Z at all. Even the original Dragon Ball, and it showed. Oh, closer. So that's why he like literally forgot about Launch and other characters, and Gohan. Z started off about Gohan, and he really, like, if you watch the original Japanese episodes before they like cut it to hell for the American audience. Still too low again. It's like the show was all about Gohan, but when they brought it out to the States and like 4Kids and then Funimation, they're like, let's make the show about Goku. He seems more interesting. Oh, crap. Closer. Super, I remember not really thinking it was too great. Like, when you compare it to like what Toriyama was doing with the manga, if you've read any of the original Dragon Ball Z manga, and like it was clear, like, you know, the pacing was different and everything else, and now for like Dragon Ball Super, it's just wall and wall of text and like reused like shots over, like drawings over and over and over certain action scenes. It's like he's got the blessing from Toriyama to do it, but the guy's just not, he doesn't have the same style. Damn it. Let me up there. Yeah. So how was Wurzel's stream about the Super? He only talked about Dragon Ball Z for a while and artists, and he grinded like hell for a while to get a weapon, and then spent about 10 minutes trying to do a skip. Best stream ever, 10 out of 10. Oh, that's the problem with cams. Sometimes you can get like a really good cam that's highly watchable, and then you get ones that are just like, gosh, where is it? Let me try to... It's kind of like, there's a guy named Gus Johnson, if you've never heard of him on YouTube. And he did like this really funny videos, like basically like how to film a fight. I'll post it here in chat real quick. And it's like, what I've seen cam movies released in this quality, like basically like the same principles of filming a fight, but trying to like, you know, copy, like to steal a movie type deal. It's like, it's the same principles just about. Finally! Alright. That's what it's supposed to look like. Huzzah! I just had to have the power of Gus Johnson on my side. Yes, I know there's a faster way up here, I don't care. I'm not going to screw it up and fall off the ledge and do that all over again. Not today. Boo. Yeah, Sekiro, I'm just waiting for it to come out before I watch a whole bunch of other streamers on it. It's like, I just figure I'd probably better if I go in blind. Yes, I know you can sit here and peg him with arrows. No, I'm not going to do that because I suck. You, I need you to cooperate, please. Thank you, sir. Really? Okay, yeah, that's... I forgot this one has like a super close UT. What? So as you can see, it's glowing red. So that means it's like it does more damage whenever I heal before I die. Yeah, so like the lower damage you like, the more damage you've taken, the more health you have, the stronger this weapon becomes. So if you can like skate that fine line, you can really wreck some bosses. I can believe it. It's not popular. It's like there's certain facts that certain people have to face, and I'm gonna be that brutal honesty right now. Ninja Gaiden is a very hardcore audience. It is not a super major seller. So developers and companies have to look at, okay, what is the biggest thing we can get in here right now? Right now, it's basically first-person shooters and battle royale games, which is why you see the market flooded with them. People who play these games are a niche market, so we're hardcore, we like to have a lot of stuff here. It's probably not going to sell very well. I mean, because you got to invest on it, you got to get new hardware, tech, engine going, development. That's going to cost a lot of money. And developers, like, you know, and studios who are going to publish it have to look at that bottom line. Like, okay, it's going to cost new generation hardware here. It's going to cost X amount of people, like 60 people team. Up to a year and a half to do everything we need to do for marketing. On top of it, we're looking at a budget around, let's say, 80 million, which is probably very generous for this game. Are we going to make that money back on sales? You know, it's like, are you going to make it back and then some? Because you might be able to break even, but then it's like, okay, are you going to be able to make it back? Which is why I was really surprised that Nioh got a sequel, because they just, after like 2.5, 3 years of it being released, it just finally broke like a million. What was it, 1 or 2 million sales? So yeah, a lot of like, what cracks me up to this day is people still haven't seen Ego Raptor's animation about playing Ninja Gaiden. And they're like, and then they finally see it after they've played the game, like, oh my god, this is so accurate. I'm like, yeah, it is. That's what makes it so great. Yeah, 2 million, okay. Yeah, so it was 2 million just finally passed. So, and then when you look at that, compare that to like Dark Souls, how well those games sell, it's like Nioh didn't really do too great. But yeah, if you Ninja, like, Awesome Gaiden is like literally the best explanation for anybody who's into this game. Like, I am a mod on the Bayonetta Discord, and we had a person who's actually looking at getting into the Ninja Gaiden games. They're like, I've heard they're hard, like, what's it like? So I put that video in there. It's like, watch this. It's the closest thing you can think of. Well, apparently he had to, because, I mean, it was the tutorial levels what kicked his butt already. Dragon Sword, and then explosive arrows. Prince of Persia would be kind of cool to see, but I don't know. It's like, which version of Prince of Persia are we talking about, though? That's That's the biggie. Are we talking about the Ubisoft reboot, like where it was all cel shaded and it was impossible to die? Or are we talking about the Sands of Time trilogy? Alright, here comes Tank Fight, which we'll see how this goes. Oh, it creamed me from that angle, okay. Now, thank goodness they actually added this in here, because if you played the original vanilla Ninja Gaiden, you can't hide behind the boxes. You can't be where I'm at right now. That's something they actually added in for Black and Sigma, which cracks me up. Alright. Perhaps I should have been using these arrows instead. I thought these were explosives. My bad. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just use these. I'm like, why isn't it doing a whole lot of damage? Tried to time that, mistimed it. Really? It's not gonna give me the protection? Just stay there. Really, game? Come on. Troll Gaiden. These more cores? I think these are... Nope, explosives. Okay. Is there a scarab down here? I know there's one in the next area. I don't think there's one down in here, though. I've never been back here before. I'm like, what is this? I wonder if you can get back here. No, there was a... That's cool. Yeah, it's actually in the next section after you fight the helicopter. The only place I'm going to have a problem trying to remember where all the scarabs are is on the, like, the water level. Because they changed it around so much. I was like, I don't know where the scarabs are in that section. But everything else, the scarabs all stayed the same. Yes, Millis, you should. You should start playing it, too. And wrong direction. Alright, cool. Oh crap. Get out, Ryu! Bail! You need to switch arrows! There we go. And this is where he rips off Sylvester Stallone, where you definitely saw Rambo Part 2. It's like, hey, if it's good enough for Rambo, I think I can do it too. Well, he is a ninja. I mean, we gotta give him some, you know, we gotta give him some leeway with that at least. Explosivo. Who are you? Are you my grandson? It's very... Fortunately, this game is very super responsive. I mean, I couldn't imagine trying to play this game with like any type of laggy controls or something that didn't fit right. I mean, that would just be... It would not have taken off. Alright, will I get trolled? Oh, yeah, it's like every single chest just about is like filled with ghost fish. Okay, did not get trolled. Very good. I've had them like lob grenades at me constantly at this part. It sucks. Ghost fish are very, very annoying. I remember the first time I hit them, I was like, oh, why game? Why do you hate me? But of course, it's like, that just answers your own question, because it's like, it's Hitagaki. He hates everybody. He expresses his masochism through the game, his sadism. Let's see, projectile weapons, windmill shuriken. Finally start to use this thing. And don't even mess with these guys, it's gonna instant nimpo. Take that. The most pointless segment of padding I've ever seen in a video game. Go down, go to the elevator. Just may have played this for the maybe once or twice over the past 15 years, Milisk. Possibly. So you go down the elevator, go to this door. Oh, the door's locked. Just don't even need to fight them, just exit and go. Then you have to go back in here, go back up the elevator. Yeah, this game does some padding. It's not as bad as, like I said, Devil May Cry 4. That is the worst I've ever seen. It makes no sense. Then go back into here where I killed these guys before. Kill them again, because they're now at the opposite end. And then they'll have the key I need. Lost Souls Aside sounds familiar. I'll Google that real quick. Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, especially it's like it started off with like one person making it all, and now he's got like a team of like a couple people. So hopefully we'll start to see more of it. Yeah, because like the one or two videos I saw, because there was a playable demo of it like 2 years ago, and it was only like a trade show people could play, so it never made its way out into like on the store officially, which I think would have been great. But yeah, it looks a lot like Ninja Gaiden. It's very, very fast looking. Here comes my favorite part of this entire game. So you got Ryu just like hijacking a train, Thomas the murder engine. As I said, this episode of Thomas the Tank Engine gets really dark, boys and girls. Like, okay, yeah, cool, I'm gonna take this crazy train. Like I said, it's a locomotive, so it, by definition, is a crazy train. Goes smashing out of the gate. No precautions for railroad safety at all. Not even blowing the horn like a real person would have. I mean, if you're running a locomotive, you're gonna be pulling that horn and blasting it all the time. So he's going like incredibly fast speeds, like 100 miles an hour, probably even faster. And here's some poor slob just doing his job, trying to get home, try to feed his like 4 or 5 kids. There's no way he's gonna survive this. He's not a ninja. So Ryu's like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah, the crazy train. And then, of course, what does he do? It explodes. So how many people did he, how many innocent people sleeping did he just murder in their sleep right now? Also, it's Fico. What's up, buddy? Yeah, so Ryu just like goes and just straight up murders a whole bunch of people. It's all good. He's a ninja, he's allowed to do it. If the website Real Ultimate Power taught me anything, it's that ninjas flip out and kill people all the time. Ah, yes. Well, there's story, it doesn't make sense. It's not the most, you know, it's not the biggest of stories, it's kind of shallow, but it's there. So, in every version of this game, on normal, I've timed it out, it's 40 seconds. You are trapped in the section. There's no way to go forward. If you play this on hard or any other difficulty, the bad guys instantly pop out. But you are stuck here for at least 40 seconds until the game does it. I don't know if it's a glitch or what, but you have to wait. Did I put on the... I think I put it on clarity? Yeah, it's on. Let's change that back to... shurikens. Let's do a game of Dizzy Bat while I'm waiting. Ninja training, preparing for everything but Dizzy Bat. Oh yes, the unlabored flawlessness. So, when you play the game, you'll get a weapon called the Wooden Sword. It's actually a bokken is what it is. And yes, I've actually trained with one before, the Yagyu clan, so I actually know how to use it. I'm what you call a giant weeaboo. So, it takes like a lot of money to level it up. You can't use ultimate techniques. It seems like it sucks. So, if you upgrade it all the way, it becomes this weapon. Now, the real trick is you need to play with it with low life, because the lower your health, the stronger the power the weapon becomes. You can do like incredible, massive damage on a lot of bosses and enemies with this weapon, but of course you have to thread that needle of almost constantly being on the verge of death. In the original Ninja Gaiden game, like vanilla, it was ridiculously overpowered. Like, even if you didn't go through and have like very low health, it would still just wreck everything. And that game had some really weird balancing issues anyway. It's like you start off like your weapons being really strong, and then enemies not taking as much health, like damage, and then it kind of inverts. Like at the end, like enemies have like a lot of health and your weapons do almost nothing. So like with Black, they really did do a lot of rebalancing to the game. Yeah, it was... Vanilla was really crazy. Black and, of course, by extension, Sigma that we're playing right now really did rebalance things. That's why I love this. Like, normally you have to wait until you get, like, the, I call it the Diablo sword because I can't say what it's actually called. You know, normally, like, you'd have to get level 3 for the Diablo to one-hit counter kill. This does it automatically. So it was kind of worth the grind, in my opinion, to sit here and do it. Come around the corner. Everything's cool. Nothing bad will happen. You can trust me, I'm a ninja. Yeah, I think the phrase "trust me, I'm a ninja" should definitely become a thing. What? Excuse me, game? What was that? I was gonna say, it's like, just as I was saying earlier, yeah, this game seems pretty stable. And then that happens. It just totally ate my UT. I mean, yeah, it's like, Ryu didn't get invited to a lot of sorority parties and initiations back in college and ninja school, if that was a thing. It's like, okay, I'm here for the paddling. No thanks, we're good. We're getting rid of hazing. Oh man, I got like a bug bite on my knuckle and it's really getting bad. Getting all itchy. So now we're in the underground and I've played this game tons of times and I still get lost down here. Like where you need to go and everything else, it can easily happen. But this is like where you can also grind. Pretty easily. Well, that's the thing I wonder, because the Diablo is like, they literally say, I think the description says it's like over 100 pounds. So I have no idea what this would weigh. So melee weapons, Diablo. Yeah, dude, it's 100-pound heft. It's very powerful. Yeah, so it literally says that this sword is like, Diablo is like 100 pounds. Who knows how much this weighs, though. Yeah, so if you normally go down here, this is where you can do a lot of grinding, like because you'll have, especially the second time through, you'll have like basically, as long as you don't kill everybody here, you can just keep coming back the second time through and keep respawning and do a decent amount of money. Oh, didn't even see that guy jump at me. Okay. Of course, I'm using the wrong weapon for this too. Let's switch. You will want to use this. Da Bailaro. Yeah, that's too crazy. I'm just gonna call it Diablo. I don't care. What do you mistake your super glue for? Yeah, what do you mistake your super glue for eye drops? You really shouldn't. And the reason why it tells you that don't put your super glue in your eyes is because some idiot did it. Now, the best story I ever have involves my mom. She thought she was looking for, this is like back in high school, she was looking for eye drops I had because, yeah, let's just say I had eye drops for reasons. So she was looking for my eye drops, didn't want to wake me up, and then I hear a scream of pain followed by, what the fuck? And then she goes through and turns out that what she thought in the dark were my eye drops turned out to be Sweet Breath, which is like a breath freshener. And she put that right in her eyes, so she had minty fresh eyeballs that were very red and very swollen. Yeah, but what do you do when you mistake it? Hopefully you can find a bottle of nail polish remover, provided that there's nobody to take you to the hospital where they'll all go through and point and laugh at you. And then you try to carefully dab that in there. Either way, it's going to be a lot of pain, it's going to be a lot of suffering, and you're going to have a chemical burn on your eyes by the end of the day, no matter what you do. So, when that happens, just make sure you lie to the hospital staff and say that you were engaging in some kind of kinky S&M play, because they don't want to believe how stupid you are if you literally went through and put super glue in your eyes. I'm still using the wrong sword. Yes, you get to hear my branded insanity every single time. Alright, so then you go out here, then you go back down. And that killed almost nobody, alright. Oh, I screwed it up. Okay, game, what was that? And it just pushed me up the elevator. Okay. But basically, the gist of that, you just keep going up and down, up and down, up and down. Like, just don't kill everybody. Camera, behave. Right now I don't really care about that, so I'm just going to do the entire thing, because it gives you a Lives of 1,000 Gods for completing the second run through. But since I already have the unlabored flawlessness, I'm not going to sit here and grind, because there's no real point to do it. Oh, no! Yay! Alright, good job there, Ryu. It's like, should I aim at all the people? No, no, no. That one singular target. That is your thing. Let's see, what is this? It can't be worse than the teleporting it already does in the game. That was my biggest complaint with Resident Evil 5, is literally Mr. X teleporting everywhere you go. I was on the 3rd floor looking down on him on the bottom floor. I literally ran one step to see what happened, and he instantly teleported about 10 feet behind me. It was like, okay, that's crap. Now, if you had to actually, like, run to where you're going, that would be understandable, but I mean, the fact that he's just going through and instantly teleports wherever you are is lame. But I do love the one that, like, people have already modded the game, so Mr. X becomes Thomas the Tank Engine, complete with music. I would personally love one that has Barney the Dinosaur. I think that'd be even better. With him singing the whole song, like, I love you, you love me. That would be perfect. That would be the best mod. I would pay to have that done. Not really, but theoretically, I would pay to have it done. I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. I'm like, come on, people, get with it. I can't be the only person on the planet who thought this so far. Eh, it's for fun. It's just upgraded anyway. Upgrades for everything. You get an upgrade, and you get an upgrade. Weapons I never use get upgrades. Okay, let's save. Okay, so I think now I go up to here. Like I said, it's like I've played this game many times, multiple times. I still can't remember exactly where I need to go. Take note there, Ninja Gaiden 3. No need to use your kunais to climb up a wall, just jump up. Oh yeah. That was like the first mod I think that literally came out for the game was the X Gonna Give It To You mod, the DMX mod. Give me my life!
X gon' give it to ya. I'm a big boy now, but I'm still not grown, and I'm still going through it. Pain and the hurt, walk has been hard. Now open up the door, Lord, give me a sign. I really need to talk.
That's good.
To the Lord since the last time.
I like that. That's a much needed improvement where he's just like, oh, no. What really took me off about it, like, other than the fact that he also teleports, is like the fact that you get nothing for dropping him. Resident Evil 2, the original ones, like, you just basically drop him out, you got some good stuff out of it, got some guns and ammo, everybody be happy, and this one's like, nope, you get 10 seconds to run for your life and they just gonna teleport to where you are anywhere, so it's a waste of ammo. Okay, so now I think I remember I have insect key. Okay, now I remember where I need to go. Not down here. I need to go back upstairs. Proving the stairs are for wieners. Ninjas don't need stairs. That could give me encounters, huh? Okay. Let's see, I just need to go through here now. Actually, let's just go back up here. I can't remember if there's anything to get in here. Like, it's like, this is where I always forget how to do everything. It's in the stupid basement underground section. So I think that they added a shop. Maybe there was a shop here in the other version? I have like 3 versions of this game pinging around my skull. And yes, I know that was done with the upcoming fight. Ryu, just get in the water. Thank you. Yeah, so originally, like in the vanilla and black, there's a Muramasa statue here. Alright, let's see how I do with this. Worms! Now appearing on loan from Doom. Hurt me more. It'd be one heck of a gritty reboot if it was Dragon's Lair. Yeah, speaking of Dragon's Lair, Game Grumps did Dragon's Lair 2 today, and they found out what a horrible version that game is. That game was not meant to be played by anybody, really. One of the most commonly missed scarabs is right up here. Yeah, they quickly found, like, oh, they didn't get all the treasures, and the game, like, stopped them and sent them back to the very beginning. They even commented, they're like, this game looks amazing. You know, like, the guy not playing it. It's like, it looks amazing, but, it's like, there's no way you can play this and look at the screen and see what's going on. Go. Oh yeah. It was something I brought up the last time I streamed Dragon's Lair. It's like, this game is like so much easier now, the home versions, versus what it originally was. I mean, like, because I played the arcade version, and it was, like I said, the one I got to play was, you could hear the poor laser disc trying to struggle to keep up as fast as it needed to move. But, I mean, nothing else looked like it at the time. There were no screen prompts whatsoever for button presses for what you're supposed to do. You'd still have the animated flashing to kind of give you hints at certain spots, but that was it. That was the maximum it would do. It wouldn't tell you to swing your sword, anything like that, or what button to hit, so you really had to know your game. And it cost like a crap ton of money. Like, most games at the time were like 25 cents. And this one would be like usually $1. Here we go. Here we go. Get the cat out. 1 second. I mean, it was expensive, but it made its money. And then they did number 2 when the increased animation budget and went way overboard. Didn't make it. That's really unusual. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, then you go up this way, I think. Yes, okay. They get an old spirit statue. You go back down again. Ugh. Okay. This is like the most, hands down, the most confusing part of this game. What I do like about this game, though, however, is that everything is totally connected. Everything's interconnected level-wise. You can, with the exception of like the first 2 levels, like the ninja village opening, and then the airship, everything is fully connected. Yeah, it's also probably one of the most difficult ones, hands down, too. 30! What do I get? Okay, so this increases, like, your yellow scarabs, you get, like, more money. But now we're going to a fight that sometimes gives me problems. It's the double worm. Okay, that didn't work. I need to dodge instead. Listen, that just instantly killed it right there. So look at the friggin' damage. It's insane. I'm gonna heal. Nope. Oh, crap. Just tried to heal. Of course. Why are you not giving it to me? Come on. There. It says you saw like that one, it's like straight off killed one of the worms and then did like 95% damage on the next. If you have low enough health, it gets crazy. Alright, let's see. See, in the... there it is. Let's see, there should be a scarab. I learned that trick watching somebody else stream it last night. I was like, oh, sweet, I didn't know about that. That's great. I will totally steal that move. Okay, this should be like a small elixir. This I know I can open up. Yay, I can finally get something. Do I have... Yes, I do. Okay, Ryu, go down the wall. Thank you. That's why I love this Nimpo. Right. This should be the blue. Now we gotta go all the way back out of here. Because this game loves to force you to backtrack. So Ninja Gaiden 2 and Sigma 2, by comparison, basically they switched from like whole connected world to sections, like the basically individual missions. So once you get done with the mission, you can't go back to the other ones. This guy should have incendiaries. Yep. That doesn't... What? Okay, this normally would blow up the wall. Any heavy weapon should do it. Like, I should be able to even take out this bad boy. Why the Unlabored doesn't do it there, that's a weird thing. Yeah, it's like, that's a weird thing to change for this version. Okay, just want to make sure I'm not missing any upgrades. Everything's good. We're maxed for everything. Okay. And I did not pick up the Warhammer because I never use it, because I have this, so why do that? Ryu, the Bat Exterminator. Wow, it doesn't like that at all. The audio is going crazy. Alright, let's just get out of the cave here. Game really doesn't like me doing that. Holy crap. Never heard it do that before. As is streamer law, whenever you're streaming, something will happen you've never seen before, and you must comment on it. You have to. Okay, so... this is the one down here. Let's just go up here. Nothing's bad's gonna happen. Famous last words. Okay, then go through here. We go up the top door. Water drains out, more things move. Trigger a fight. Hopefully they didn't, like, screw me out of the fight there. We'll see. Alright, so basically you're coming up onto, like, another challenge area where you fight 60 guys again, because 60 seems to be the magic number for this game. Fight a lot of fiends all at once. There's also a scarab. A lot of people, I'm guessing they were hoping would panic, because I know I did the first time. I was like, oh my god, it's never ending. But, here we go. But there's actually a golden scarab up top here on one of the pillars. It's actually, I think, this one. Yep, there it is. Just lined me up wrong, unfortunately. Actually, probably this one would be better. Probably the atmosphere, I can definitely see that. Music. Move down here, because if they knock you back down that hallway, then it ends the challenge. I think you get like a Lives of 1,000 Gods for completing this. Ryu, where are you targeting? We're gonna have a talk about this. giving it a better thing, better reorganization. Yeah, this is not wanting to target anybody, just about. There we go, finally got a multi-hit. Last guy. There we go. I'm not forgetting the scarab. Yep, Live of 1,000 Gods. Alright, stand out my life. Now, supposedly, right where I got that golden scarab in Ninja Gaiden Vanilla, after you get all 50 and you're on your second playthrough on the same file, Ninja Gaiden 3 is supposed to be up there, but I've never had that happen. And of course, where do you see everything that tells you that it's Ninja Gaiden 3 up there? GameFAQs. The most inaccurate BS website ever on the internet, because there was no verification method and everyone just spreads everything like crazy. Let's have some fun with the flails. Alright, good news is that this level is getting closer to being done. This is another huge, gigantic level. There we go. Alright, so we go in here. Scarab. And should be body full of arrows, because you're going to need the arrows in a second. Yeah, I'm off that one. Keep doing it though, you'll eventually get it. Or go too high. Oops. It's like, hey, I might be able to work this out. No. Really? Hey, arrow refill. Yay! You know what, for fun... Okay, there is a shortcut way you can get over here. You will need your dragon sword, which I'm not going to do. You basically run... If I remember correctly, you jump forward, do your spin, and like you do your light, which causes a spin, and then you do the downward stab, and it jumps you onto the ledge. It's been a while since I've done it. I'm not going to do it since I fell off the other time trying to get over here. I'm just going to take the longer, slower way around. Then I'm going to go fight the boss, and probably wrap up the stream shortly after that. Okay, Ryu. There we go. It's like, get in position, buddy. I know you can do it. It's hard. He has the power! Alright, so now we're going to do a boss fight. And I am not really that good at this boss fight, so... yeah. We'll see how that goes. Fortunately, there's a save point right here, so if I really suck, then it's not a problem. And suddenly, out of nowhere, you gotta do backflips. Always have to do backflips. You can't just run out of the way. It has to be backflips. Combination bird/alien ripoff. Oh crap, okay. Never mind, I was like, hey, I might be able to pull off an unlabored flawlessness on this. No. Wrong. So what I normally do on this boss is I don't use unlabored, even though it can be kind of good. I usually use the lunar staff. I'm just going to switch that because that's what I'm used to. Stick with what you know for now. It's not a speed run. I'm not awesome. I'm not unwary. I'm not Joe Button, so I just do what I do. Alright, melee, lunar. Yes, so basically you do forward and like strong with the level 3. You just hit in the air and you just keep doing it over and over and over. Yes, chapter 13 is the water level, but I'm actually not going to play it tonight. I'll probably, since I seem to be kind of doing Ninja Gaiden, if I stream again tomorrow without taking a day off, because like my body's starting to finally level off on fentanyl, which is kind of nice. I'm not as exhausted as I was yesterday in the past week. So if I stream again tomorrow, I'll definitely be picking up. I'm just going to keep playing through Ninja Gaiden, and then I'll figure out what to do from there for games to play. Alright, round 2. So, accessories, let's put on Armlet of the Sun, Nimpo. We're actually going to do Fire Wheels here. Oh, get down. Oh crap, I still have normal arrows on. I don't have like any explosives. There we go. Hey, what did I say? Get down. There we go. So that's how I'm used to defeating this guy. So this level, Chapter 13, or whatever this is, I think this is Chapter 13. I wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention. Has been completely redesigned for Ninja Gaiden Sigma. They really moved it around because there was a lot of slow water swimming and so forth. And this one you just instantly start running on top of it. So yeah, Chapter 13. Yep. Nimix was right. Oh yes, it ends with the... Well, Evil ends with the Doku fight. The second one of this game. Look, a golden scarab. And fish monsters. But more importantly, a save point. Save complete. Excellent! And with that... we have reached the end of the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. I do always appreciate it when everyone shows up. So it's really cool. I'm glad that, you know, everybody lurked by and said stuff in chat. It's always awesome. I have pulling up someone I'm going to host here in just a second. So definitely, of course, want to give shout outs to Nimix, Quandarius, and scrolling up here, Mulisk, and then we had Ancient Kingdom 777. I always scroll up here. Ronnie was in there as well. Fico showed up. So yeah, I always thank everybody, you know, Unwary, he absolutely dropped by. He was the first person to hang out here tonight, so that was really cool. Anybody lurking in chat, you guys are always great. So I always do appreciate you dropping by. I do tend to stream at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you do not know what that is or wherever it is that you are in the world, because I have people watch me all over the place, as awesome as that is, it like kind of blows my mind that anybody watches me, to be honest. Just type that into Google, exactly as I put that into chat right now, and it will tell you for wherever that is, for wherever you are in the world. You can also check me out on Twitter at Wursel555. So I usually post up about an hour or two ahead of time if I'm going to be streaming, if I need to delay it for whatever reason, or if my back problems, I need a fusion still, or health isn't a problem. If I need to delay it or cancel the stream, I'll put it up there, just so if you feel like coming back, you'll know exactly what's going on. So, as I stated a little earlier, probably be playing Ninja Gaiden Sigma again, just to kind of go through and beat it. But I also do play retro games. I've been kind of on a retro kick lately. I've been waiting to get my RetroTink 2X so I can start doing Sega Saturn streams, real Super Nintendo streams. It's going to be great. But thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. And we're actually going to host Metavan AJ here in a second. But Hopefully, I'll be streaming again tomorrow, and see you then, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for hanging out.